Hello and welcome YouTube to our Guna Souls match preview. This is an enticing one. This is Barcelona taking on PSG. This game is taking place tomorrow, the 16th of Feb. This is going to be UK time, 8 o'clock, local time at Barcelona at 9 o'clock. Even the Paris people, it's going to be 9 o'clock for you guys. What? This is going to be a game. This is going to be my preview, my match lineup prediction, and how I feel this game is going to go and who the winners are going to be, who's going to take this leg into the second half, taking the advantage in the first. Stay tuned. Do subscribe, like, and share, my fellow coolers. And this is Guna Souls match preview. For people who are watching, obviously, outside of the UK, that is where I'm from. Obviously, we're at 8 o'clock. People who are watching it from Barcelona, local time is 9 o'clock there. And even in Paris, it's 9 o'clock for you guys. Obviously, here's all the match times that you can be looking forward to watching this game. This is an anticipated matchup. This is Barcelona taking on PSG. It's given us a lot of excitement over the time. We have seen the demolishment of PSG when they beat us 4-0 at home, and then we took them on and beating them 6-1 in the second leg. This is going to be an absolutely brilliant match to be looking forward to. So do tune into this game. Do tune into the match preview, because there will be a review after this as well. But obviously what we're going to be doing is having a look at what Barcelona and PSG have done previously to coming into this game. Obviously, there's a massive exclusion in Neymar. Neymar seems to be out with an injury or niggly injury. Let's see if he returns for this game. I don't know what the update is on that, but time will tell. And if he is out, this is a big, big advantage for Barcelona to beat them. Of course, a lot of you Barcelona fans, myself included, would have watched the absolute battering of Alaves. Barcelona 5, Alaves 1. Obviously 2 coming from Messi, 2 coming from Trincao. And just to add salt to the wound, Junior Firpo makes it 5. Of course, we can see the game. This is the lineup that Ronald Koeman went with, obviously with a few rested players just to with PSG in mind. We had the likes of Alex. We had Alex of Maramba making his debut to the Barcelona team. That was an absolute sensational debut from the young man, and I hope to see he's got a bright future ahead of him. An absolutely beastly of a tank man that he's built. We finally see Ricky Puig get his star, his absolutely deserved star, alongside Busquets. We had the likes of Griezmann, Messi, and Trincao making the attacking for the defense, which is ever changing, We've never really seen a 4 that has always been the same. We had, obviously, ter Stegen makes the goalkeeper. We had Mingueza, who has been an absolute revelation to the team. We have Frankie de Jong, injuries, no other reason why he's there. Clement Lenglet and Junior Firpo. Now, Trincao, what a performance from the young lad. He's absolutely announced himself there. 2 goals against Alaves. That is going to give him a whole load of confidence. Will he be starting? That is a question that we need to be asking. Of course, Ousmane Dembele was rested for this game. He did come on after a while. I believe it'll tell us here anyway, in the 81st minute. It doesn't really matter. He just got a little bit of a run out just to give a few players a rest. And let's be honest, it was just a dominant performance. It was absolutely expected as well. And obviously, even when we look at sort of the details of the match as well, Junior Firpo getting the last goal, but it all started off with Messi, then Trincao. Sorry. It all started off with Trincao, actually, and obviously Messi getting the 2, and then Trincao getting 1 as well, and then obviously Junior Firpo adding his final goal into it. When we look at it, 73% possession, so we are starting to hold the ball very well. 870 passes. We had 4 off target, 9 on target, which is absolutely brilliant. We've got to be testing keepers, and that's what they've been doing. So applaudits to them for doing that. An absolutely brilliant performance. Obviously, the league, it's not great. Obviously, we've got a game on Real Madrid. Obviously, if we do, we tie points on them, depending on what Real Madrid go and do. Obviously, Atletico Madrid have 2 games on Real and one game on us. So they're looking like the favourites to win the league. But obviously, we're moving on to the PSG game. We're not evaluating how Barcelona are doing. But PSG took on Nice, and they also did win 2-1 against Nice. So the scoreline's a scoreline. You got to win your game. That's all you can do. Obviously, when we look at the lineup there as well, we likes of Kylian Mbappe, Icardi, and Moise Kean making their attacking three with Draxler as a 10. You've got Paredes and Guy. You've got Cahier, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Kurzawa, and Navas. And this is probably what we're going to be seeing because obviously we know the exclusion of Neymar. Neymar wasn't even on the bench on this game. So will he be fit? Is the question on a lot of people's minds. I don't believe he will be. I can't remember exactly what his injury is, to be honest. I do need to have a look at that as well. And obviously, we know the new appointment of Mauricio Pochettino for the Premier League fans. He's been highly regarded in the Premier League, yet to really win a major trophy. He did win the Shield at Paris Saint-Germain in his sort of first few games. So he has won something now, but it's a Shield. Do we really count it? That's up to you to do. And when we look at it, they have got some decent players that can do some. Obviously, I'm expecting Herrera to probably start. Probably expecting Pereira to start. And obviously, they have got a good team. They've got a young, developing team, and they've got a manager who can really get the best out of them as well. So this is going to line up to be a really, really crucial game for Barcelona to really be on it because we can't be lacking like we have been for the past few. From the start of the season, we've had a bumpy season. This is where we can really get a few string of results and go forward. Obviously, Sevilla gave us a big blow with a 2-goal deficit on them now going into a second leg. But what do I see in the lineup being? Of course, I think it's going to be like a 4-2-3-1 kind of setup. I don't know whether he is going to go to the 4-3-3. Just to offer a bit more protection in the defensive areas. Obviously, we've got a lot of injuries as well, so we need to be mindful of that as well. But obviously, this is going to be what my predictor lineup is, and I'd explain to people why I have chosen to go for this, essentially this sort of setup in a sense. And let me just zoom in so you guys can see better. And also, obviously, in there, this kind of an obvious one. It's going to be Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I don't think there's going to be anyone else that goes in there. Now, we have heard PK could be ready for this game. We're not 100% sure, but if he is, I think we just need to throw him in there because, to be honest, our defense isn't great. So why not just throw him in and just see what he can do? Next to him, I'd probably put Umtiti, to be honest. I don't think Longley has really deserved to get a start at the minute because he hasn't been great, but he hasn't been poor either. But I do think Umtiti is just a little bit more solid. He's been seemingly a bit more defensively aware, but we've not really got a great centre-back pairing at the minute. That is a worry. And then I think it's going to be Dest at right back if he is fit. I think his dynamism and the way he can get up and down the pitch. Oscar Minguez, if obviously Dest isn't available, then obviously I do think he's going to take one of the centre-back position. If we're going to take PK out, for example, and put Ming... if I can find him, that is... Might not have him in here at the minute. But yeah, even if we bring him in for PK, probably going to be the player that's going to go out for Minguez, I think, and that'd be a solid partnership there. Left back, we have here Jordi Alba is pretty much back from his little injury that he's had. He was fully rested, so I do hope to see him back, should I say. And then here, this is what I would do. I would bring in De Jong into one of the pivot roles. Obviously, you can turn it into a 4-3-3 if you like as well. And partnering him, I would want to see... Pierre? Was it Maryland Pjanic next to him? I think it's just a dynamism. I think it's just the way the two play together would be a lot more crucial because they can actually interchange. You can have one as the holding and one playing as like an 8. So this formation can transform into many, many different things. So that is obviously what I would personally like to see. Coming into the number 10 now, this is where it gets difficult because even when we see the kind of lineup and the way we set up, this is where it's going to be really difficult to kind of pinpoint who would actually be in that role. Because Ricky Puig doesn't really get a shout in there. Obviously, we know what's happening with Coutinho, and it's difficult because, like, we can put Pedri there, we can put Trincao there, we can put a lot of players here, but what I want to see, because of just the fact that he was so good, is playing a Trincao there, because I feel like that's going to be a solid creative midfielder who's got bags of goals in him. And I think PSG can be leaky at the back as well. They've got a young defence, so we can take and exploit that aspect of him. And coming on to the right would be Lionel Messi. Now, Messi can go into the middle as well, and obviously interchanging with the striker, who is going to be Antoine Griezmann. And then obviously I'll just finish it off for you just so I can explain the decisions here. And it's going to be Ousmane Dembele. This is the lineup I'd want to see because it's fairly balanced as well. And it gives you enough defensive support and awareness as well as going forward. You've got the creativity of a Trincao. You've got Messi, who is absolutely sensational. We know what Messi can do. You've got the likes of Griezmann, who can do the business as well. And then you've got Dembele, who's got goals in him. He's got 2 feet. He's skillful. He's a very talented young player. Sergio Dest, for me, will just offer a lot of attacking support and pace is what we'll need because he might be up against an Mbappe and potentially a Neymar. So he will need pace in the wing backs, and I feel like that's what Dest will offer. He's dynamic. He's got bags of skill. He can get out of trouble. And I think he is a player who can make a pass across a ball in and actually ask questions of the defense. And then you got Jordi Alba, obviously no real judgment goes towards him. He's one of those players who is needed in the team. He's a senior player. He can have his moments of madness, but overall he's a solid player for us. And then we've got the likes of De Jong and Pjanic who offer a lot of dynamism. They've got a pass on them. They can pass far, they can pass short, they can pass on the ground. They're really clever footballing IQ. They're also mobile. They've got a bit of pace about them. They can move on the ball as well. It offers a lot of dynamism and it can ask a lot of questions from the midfield as well. Bringing a Trincao in, someone who can score goals but also create goals, is something which is needed in this team as well. And then obviously Dembele, Griezmann and Messi have all been back in form, firing. Griezmann's been probably one of our better players attackingly. He's been bagging in goals, so that would be something that I would absolutely love to see. So this has been obviously my starting 11, which is what I would want to see lining up against PSG. But that will obviously conclude my match preview. And obviously my official match prediction for the first leg anyway is going to be a 3-1 Barcelona win. Now, it's ambitious, but I believe we can actually beat PSG. As much as people want to be, no, PSG are stronger than us. We've got no hope against them. I'm going to believe in the Barcelona boys, and I'm going to be giving my all out, and I'm going to put my neck on the line and to say I think they're going to beat them 3-1. If not, they're going to beat them. I don't see PSG beating us, especially not at the Camp Nou anyway. It's a fortress in the Champions League. It's difficult to beat us there. So that's going to be my match prediction. This has been my match preview. And this is obviously, thank you very much for tuning in. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below what you think is going to happen. And obviously there will be a match review coming right after the game, potentially the day after, depending on kind of time that I have. And thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and I hope Barcelona do this. Come on, Messi. Come on, Dembele. And come on, Griezmann. Come on, Barcelona. Let's do this.